Hi, welcome. I'm Sarah D. Do you remember Etch-a-Sketch? With a little thing shaped like this, a little bigger than this, and he had some dials here that you could draw a shape. You could go up this far, you could go over that far. You could sometimes, if you use this knob and this knob at the same time, you could make it kind of go a squiggly line like this, kind of like try to make it a straight diagonal. But you had two knobs, and you could make it go up. Well, I guess three knobs. You could make it go up, maybe four. Oh golly. Anyway, up and down and over left and right. Anyway, and you had these knobs. I'm not sure how many knobs there were. Anyway, Etch-a-Sketch. It's a cool little toy that we would bring to church sometimes for our kids to play with, and it would keep them quiet for a little while. And well, toys have gotten a lot more technical than Etch-a-Sketch, that's for sure. But there was only a few choices to be made. And with those choices, you could make some cool pictures. But once the picture was there, it was there until you shook the device, and the sand or whatever was in there would erase it all. And then you would have a new page, so to speak. What you made was gone. What you made was gone. You couldn't get it back, and you just couldn't. It wasn't there anymore. It had been all erased. And sometimes I think it would be so useful to just think of life that way. Just wipe it. Okay, starting over again. We do have something like that. I mean, every night we go to bed and we wake up in the morning. But sometimes when we go to bed, we keep with us, we don't wipe the slate clean so we can sleep. The day is still on the feathery edges of our mind, and it keeps us awake. We don't process things fully. There are so many things to process, so many more than there were 100 years ago. We didn't even know that you could worry about more than just bare survival. We survive. Even the poorest among us, at least in America, are wealthy in comparison to kings and queens of yore. You don't live in a drafty, dank castle with all kinds of yuck all over that they covered with tapestries. And I mean, castles were not really all that cool. We think of them as cool maybe now because we like to think the past was better than now. But actually now, in some ways, is better than the past. Everyone has their needs met. And even if you go hungry for a meal or two, you know what? That's not bad for you. If you look around in America, there's a lot of us that could do well with going hungry for a meal or two every day. It wouldn't hurt us. We were actually made to burn our fat for energy. And if we continue to take in too much energy, we pack on the fat because we put it in our body. So our body goes, well, we got to put it somewhere. So we put it somewhere. Anyway, we have so much today. At the end of a day, if we could just be that Etch-a-Sketch and just go, whew, wipe, let's start over tomorrow. Let's begin again. That's kind of what this song is about. It's also about nursery rhymes. We used to read to our children Mother Goose rhymes, and some people don't even know what those are today. And they were rhymes, and they were written about the political systems of the day, I think. That's what I remember learning at one point. But they were written in such a way that you didn't necessarily know that you were being talked about or whatever, because it wasn't safe to speak about the king or the queen or the whoever in that way. So they would make these rhymes. So there are three that I sing that I've put together in a song. One of them is Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her, put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. The other one is Jack Sprat could eat no fat, his wife could eat no lean, and so betwixt the two of them they licked the platter clean. And then the last one is the tale of Beauty and the Beast, which isn't a nursery rhyme, but it's a tale. And our tales, our stories, they are some kind of a representation of life. And That's what I'm singing about, are these representations of life, and how, like the Etch-a-Sketch, we could begin again. We could wipe it clean, have a nice rest, and start a new day with a new slate. Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. Put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. Jack Sprat could eat no fat, his wife could eat no lean, and so betwixt the two of them, they licked the platter clean. You and I, nursery rhymes, us and them, live them over again. Every tale has a nemesis, each rhyme a start and end. Every tale a savior king, each rhyme a middle part between. It's not the start or end, it's where the plot thickens until the tale or rhyme begin again. When Beauty was taken by the beast and she pled for release, it wasn't granted. So she served him faithfully to protect her family, all the while his rose was dying. Then one day she realized, when she looked with loving eyes in the beast's direction, no more did she want to leave. He was now her family. The beast became a man. Every tale a nemesis, each rhyme a start and end. Every tale a savior king, each one a middle part between. It's not the start or end, it's where the plot thickens until the tale or rhyme begin again. Peter, pumpkin eater, Jack Sprat could eat no fat. Beauty and the Beast begin again. Begin again, begin again, begin again. Now, anyone who's read stories to children know that the story they want to hear over and over and over again gets to be really difficult. It's like, oh, I'm tired of reading this story. Why do we have to continue to read this story? And children like it because they're familiar with it. And they don't have to be afraid of what's going to be happening. How's it going to end up? They know things resolve. And at the end of a day, if we don't resolve what has gone on during the day, it piles up. It robs us of our sleep. So one thing we can do to eliminate that is to get a page, draw a line. One of my mentors taught me this. And you write, number one, I did this, and this is the negative side, and this is the plus side. I did this, and it wasn't good. Then you go to the plus side, and you say, well, I did this, and it was good. And you go to the negative side and you say, I didn't do this, and oh, I should have done this. And you say, well, I didn't do this, and it's a good thing I didn't. So you make sure you number the page, however many you want to number, to dump out of your brain. Kind of, I've talked about brain dumps a little bit before too, but write the things that you've done that you're not happy about having done, or have been done to you that you're not happy about, the negative things about the day, and line them up with something positive about the day so that you have a balanced ending to your day. And sometimes that's maybe not sufficient to help you have good sleep, but it might be. It might help. And balancing out your day and knowing that you can begin again, and knowing that, kind of like the stories that your children liked to read, you to read to them over and over again, it's going to work out in the end. All is well. I'm Sarah D. Begin again. Make it a great day.